All right. 3rd&1 live for your Monday morning drive. Hope you're having a good start to your week. I know it's you're probably up early, but hey, we are excited. Some stuff's gone down in the sporting world. Some good things. And we've got some good stuff to talk about this week. We've got the NFL, we've got the Thunder, we've got the Heisman talk. Playoffs are right around the corner for the NFL, so yeah, there's a lot going on. Evan, my man.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Man, it's going good. Yeah.
Glad to be talking some sports with you this morning, man.
I know. It's we're up early now, so excited for all of our listeners out there. If you're listening in on the app, good morning to you. If you're on YouTube Live, hey, comment in, join the conversation. But yeah, we're pumped.
Yeah, man. Hey, and for all of you who may be new listeners, my name is Evan, and Evan Burrows, and this is Dustin Parrish to my right. Dustin the man. Man, so glad to be with you guys this morning, talking some sports, but you know, within a Christian context, and that means sometimes we will address religious things at different times where we feel it is applicable, because ultimately everything is for the glory of God. But also it just means we're also going to be very clean. We're gonna give you really good content in a very Christian and clean environment and setting. So that means you can leave it on for the kids. That's right. We want to make it friendly for everyone. So anyways, yeah, man. You know, I remember whenever I was a kid, you know, there were just certain things you couldn't listen to, and things you couldn't watch just because there was, you know, sometimes really bad content in there, and you know, sometimes that did fall under sports, and then there were shocking times where like, oh, I didn't expect that sports station to say those particular things. That's not good at all. And so, yeah, I mean, I love the fact that we're able to have a really, you know, really God-honoring and Christian show, because, you know, two Christian people, two Christian men behind the mic. So, anyways, I just, you know, want to say that for all those who are maybe newer listeners out there or people who have joined us but never really kind of got the whole spiel on what we are and what we aim to do. So, but man, just so happy to be here this morning. All praise to God.
Yeah, definitely. No earmuffs for this show. You know, you think of like with kids when parents are like,
yeah,
about to, you know,
yeah,
earmuffs. No, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're exactly right. Man, I am pumped. Today is an awesome day to talk some sports. There were some really great things that happened this weekend. Man, whoever was on this computer must have had old man eyes. I think it's Nick. Because here's why I say that. Okay? Here's why I say that. I think it's Nick because I think he's the one who changes it to where it's like super zoomed in. And I'm like, bro, Nick, like it's already good enough. It's already good enough. You don't have to zoom it in. But the screen is small enough on the laptop where it becomes hard to see everything else. So I don't know. It just I always had to zoom out. And so Nick, if you're listening right now, I'm throwing shade your way. But remember, I love you, man. Hey, this is gonna be a great week. We also got Star Wars that's airing on Friday.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that.
Now my wife and I, it's gonna be crazy because we're gonna see it on the 20th.
Oh,
so we're talking about like next Wednesday, because it's her birthday, and she's a big Star Wars fan. And so for her birthday, what we're doing is, for one, we're getting a date night out.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna probably go to I don't know. We'll go somewhere. I know where we're gonna go for dinner. We're gonna go to the Melting Pot. So I mean, really, really nice, right?
Yeah, that's really good.
Really, really good stuff. But anyways, so we're gonna go there, and then we're going to wind up going to the movie. That's at least a plan. I'm not sure if that'll all work out because she is pregnant and she is not 100% right now. God bless her soul. She has been dealing with a lot of nausea. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the night holds. She may just say, Nick said, let's just go to the movie. Because I'm pretty sure she's going to care way more about the movie. Now it's kind of a tradition for us. I normally take her to Melting Pot for her birthday. I've been doing that for a number of years, most years. But anyways, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that works out. But we're going to definitely go to the movie, though, and I'm super excited. The only problem with that is, and as Philip Larson has posted on his Facebook, let's all make a gentle ladies agreement. And it has the picture of the stormtroopers with hands over his eyes, hands over his ears, hands over his mouth. It says, "See no spoilers, hear no spoilers, speak no spoilers." And I don't know if you were watching any NFL yesterday, Dustin, but if you were, you undoubtedly saw the Star Wars commercials that says, "Don't let anyone spoil this." And it was like they had a couple of scenes. Yeah.
I feel like they've kind of spoiled a little bit in the scenes.
But we've already seen those in the trailers.
That's what I'm saying. They spoiled a little bit in the trailer. I'm kind of mad about it.
Well, that's true, but I don't feel like that's the spoiler. Here's how crazy. We're gonna get a little nerdy on the show this morning. Okay, here's how crazy the whole Star Wars movie has become this year. Okay. So typically movies, now all this information is coming via my friend Josh at work, and he is like super nerd, but also like really knows a lot of stuff that's going on in the movie Hollywood industry. So theaters are really upset at Disney for a couple of reasons. I'm not going to get into the other reason. I'm just going to get to one that's on point. So they're really mad at Disney because so all the movies get sent in via a hard drive now. They're not on film anymore. They're not on tape. They're digital. Mm-hmm. So it gets sent in on a hard drive. And to begin playing it, though, there's an unlock code. There's like a barcode, and you get an unlock code. Now, what you have to do is you take these hard drives and you scan them when it's within the time that you can watch it. Now here's where one of the theaters are mad. Typically, movies will give like a 12-hour leeway at least, or a 24-hour. Says you can view this 24 hours at a time or 12 hours at a time so that you can make sure there are no problems, which is legitimate. I get the theater's point on this. Disney is so freaked out about people spoiling the movie. I mean, they are uber freaked out about spoilers right now. Which for one tells me that there are some big things happening in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, big things happening. Anyways, they're so freaked out about spoilers that they told the theaters, your code will not work to unlock it until 4 hours before midnight.
Oh.
Basically.
Yeah.
So theaters are really mad, and I get it from the theater's perspective. Like, hey, we need to test this to make sure it works. I'm sure it's like a 2.5 hour movie, and probably 2.5 hours would be.
Yeah, I think we could probably look that up. But.
Yeah, and so I mean, you're talking about you have an hour and a half to figure out what's wrong if something's wrong, and if it doesn't work, you are in big trouble because you've already sold tickets and everything. So I get the theater's complaints. I get all that.
You're right on the head.
2 hours, 32 minutes. I mean, it's just what I kind of expected was somewhere in that range.
Yeah, they said it's the longest one ever, right? Longest Star Wars.
Hey, they could have a 3.5 hour movie, and I would be tickled pink. Just give me an intermission.
Tickled. That's a phrase I haven't heard in a long time.
What, an intermission?
No, tickled pink.
You know what's so bad is that I'm so used to that phrase. I didn't even know what phrase you were talking about. I thought you were talking about intermission.
Intermission? I guess I haven't heard that in a while, but I mean, if you go to play or something, there's always intermission. Yeah. So yeah, I went to a couple plays last year. So yeah. But Tickle Pink, no, I haven't heard that in a little bit. Yeah, no, I'll give a little bit of my Star Wars love really quick. So grew up watching Star Wars, obviously. Named my first dog Luke after Luke Skywalker.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then honestly didn't like Star Wars for a long time. I don't really know why. When I was in college, like the year before the new movie came out, it was during a finals week, and that year I didn't have any finals, but I had like 6 papers, like 6 projects due. And so I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I have to sit down for such a long time. So I just played all of the Star Wars movies, like in the background.
Oh my gosh.
I think like 3.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like 3 times. So I kind of wasn't really paying attention, but I was. And then it just got me super, super pumped for the new one. And since then I've been like, oh yeah, I'm all about it. So
are you going to watch all of them before Friday?
Probably not. Probably not this year.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah.
With 7 movies.
Yeah,
it's a big commitment.
Yeah, I definitely don't have the time. I may watch the first one in the series, like of the new trilogy.
Yeah.
But it may be like
So
maybe a couple.
So here's where I'm at on it now. Okay, I feel like episodes 1, 2, and 3. Man, we are going full nerd. This is awesome. I'm a big nerd and geek at heart, so it's okay. I feel like episodes 1, 2, and 3. While I probably appreciate them a little more than the next person, okay, than most of the Star Wars fans out there, okay, I get it. They weren't great. I get it, okay, but I appreciate them a little bit more. I don't feel like they're going to be relevant at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that everyone's trying to forget them so badly that they will purposely not make them relevant. Okay, so I feel like they won't be relevant, and then the only way it can be relevant is so I will say in episode 7 they had Ewan McGregor's voice.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting to me. So they weren't forgetting the episodes 1 through 3. But anyways, I feel like if I'm going to rewatch anything, it's going to be episodes maybe 5, 6, and 7.
That's what I think I'm going to try to do this week. At least that one and probably the first one, or I guess episode 7.
Yeah. So I will at least watch episode 7. But I got time. The only problem I got though is to make sure that no one ruins it for me. And I told Josh on Friday. I said, man, the only thing I know is, if anyone tells me what happens in that movie, because I'm really big on, I don't like to rewatch movies because I like the surprise factor of any normal storyline. It doesn't even have to be Star Wars. It doesn't have to be science fiction, nothing like that. I just like having an original story, something that's different, right? And I like being able to see that for the first time and experience all that. I love that. And when someone ruins it for me, I told him, I said, if someone ruins this movie for me, because I love Star Wars, someone ruins it for me, I'm going to punch him in the mouth. I'm going to punch him straight in the mouth. I'm going to be so mad. Because, well, that's not the correct.
That'll get your violence level to a peak right there.
Yes.
For Evan.
Yes.
You ruin Star Wars, you get punched in the mouth.
That's right. That's right. You know, there are a lot of other things going on in this world, but man, that's the worst. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, no, it's crazy stuff. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So Monday, if you come in here and you've already seen it.
Oh, I'm going Friday.
Yeah, then just be warned.
I'm pumped. One of my good buddies, Chris Dunlap, give him a little shout out. He called me like as soon as the tickets came out. He's probably the biggest Star Wars fan I know.
Really?
Yeah, and he called me like as soon as the tickets came out and was like, "Hey, I'm looking online right now. I'm looking for a director's suite at the Warren and more. You want to go?" And I was like, "Yes." So.
Okay. So let me tell you about this other experience, though, and then we can get to some sports. Sorry, everyone, we're going to get to some sports. Don't worry. We will get to sports. So there is so Tinseltown, which used to be a really good theater. Everyone used to go to it back in the day, right?
I like Tinseltown. Okay, go ahead. But
this is before Harkins. This is before Warren. All those, right? And it kind of went downhill. It's kind of in an interesting area. Not a terrible area, but it's in an interesting area, and I can actually back that up with proof because one time my cousin and I, so as a younger cousin I used to take to school all the time. He and I went to the same school, and so he and I were just hanging out during a winter break one time, and we went to go see Pink Panther there. Well, whenever I came back out, I drove home. I was driving my dad's truck. You know, got really he's a construction worker, and so really heavy duty tires on it. But anyways, I get back home and everything, but it was like ice and snow. It was crazy, right?
Oh, okay.
So we get back home. The next morning, my dad. So this is when I still lived with my parents. I was still in high school, and so my dad comes into the room the next morning and says, "Where did you go last night or yesterday?" I was like, I just went to the movies. He goes, which was weird for my dad. My dad's not like that. My dad's, he's very emotional like I am, but I mean, he's not like that. So it kind of freaked me out. And I was like, I just went to the movies. He goes, that's the only place you went? I said, yes. I was like, what's wrong? He goes, come look. So at this point, he wasn't mad at me because he knew it wasn't my fault. So I go out there. His tire is flat, and he goes, I found this in it. It was a broken off piece of a knife blade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that it was a little bit of a raw experience with Tinseltown.
Hey.
Not the best of areas, but anyways, all that being said is they've cleaned it up since then, and it's been under new management, and they have a theater called the D-Box. Have you heard about this?
Is that in Tinseltown?
Yeah,
I haven't. No.
So the D-Box, it's 2 rows of seating. It's a normal sized screen, 2 rows of seating, but the seats have hydraulics in them.
Oh,
to where it's a full motion experience.
Ah,
literally,
interesting.
It's a ride.
I don't know if I'd like that. Did you do it?
I haven't done it yet, but some friends at work are going to be going and doing that, and they're going to let me know how it is.
Yeah.
But they're going to be watching it on Monday.
That'd be cool to try. I don't know if I would be a huge fan. I feel like I
don't
know. I like to stay stationary when I'm watching it.
It's the future, and the reason I say that, movies now have it built in their code to where it's like, do you have any motion seating code that you want to throw in here for your movie?
Yeah.
Like it's a specific part of the program now.
I know there's some places in like Disneyland and stuff too that'll like spray out aromas for movies, which is crazy. But
it's crazy.
But
anyways, it's exciting. I'm very excited about the movie. No one better tell me what happens. I will be very, very upset.
Yeah, I like Tinseltown. They have ice cream there, so that's a big thing for me. Yeah, oh yeah, Tinseltown's got ice cream. That's
what?
Yes.
What kind of ice cream?
I think like Bluebell and stuff, but
man, that's solid.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know they got a little ice cream bar.
Are you a big ice cream person?
I'm really not a huge ice cream person, but I don't know. I just like the option. So
you like the option at a movie theater where you can't normally get ice cream.
Yeah,
I get it.
So that honestly, that is the time when I'm like the least healthy. Is when I go to a movie. It's like I'm getting I'm getting popcorn. Probably throw in. Yeah, if there's ice cream there, I may grab that. It's like my time to be like.
That's probably the time I'm most healthy because I don't want to spend the money.
That's fair. Oh, I'll even bring in candy.
I'm very unhealthy.
So.
Yeah. Outside of that, I'm very unhealthy.
So in the theaters where you're.
Yeah, that's when I need to go. That's where I need to go more often, so I can be healthier. We're kind of like, in a way, now that this show is over, I feel like we can say this. We're kind of like the new Mike and Mike. You're a lot more comparable to Mike Greeny.
Okay.
Because you're healthy, you're skinny, and I'm more like Golick because I'm not. And that's okay. That's okay. They had a great line, by the way. Golick brought up a great line on their last show, and he said, yeah, I remember my first day in here, Greeny, you told me, he said, we look like the number 10 whenever we stand next to each other. Because Golick was huge. Golick was twice the size of me, probably, at least. But anyways, no, it's really, really good stuff. Really good line.
That is funny.
All right, so let's go and get into some sports talk. I know. All
right.
I know we've been chit-chatting some Star Wars. I know all that. But man, here's the thing. If we want to talk some good news, okay? Thunder come back from 20 points down. 20 points down to beat the Grizz in overtime. Russ hits 2 clutch free throws at the end to finish it.
Yeah. This was just good because, really it's been kind of the opposite scenario of like the Thunder narrative this season.
Yes.
Get up big, lose the lead, play poorly in the fourth quarter, and this team really fought in the fourth quarter.
Oh man!
And I was just impressed. And Alex Abrinas with 20 points on 6 for 8 from the 3. Awesome. That's like that's if he can do something anywhere close to that on a night in night out basis. That's what you're looking for the Thunder, because I feel like he has not been the person that we thought he was going to be this year. Didn't take the step forward that he was going to.
Yeah.
I hope he continues to be that type of shooter and continue to open up the floor for those other guys out there. So.
No, I agree. I think, as far as that game is concerned, you needed some offense. Obviously, at one point, you really needed some offense. But I think that the overall win is just a really solid win. You go and you play at Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yep.
that is a good win. Tyreek Evans, who I think has given the Thunder problems in the past, which is another thing. But anyways, I think he's given them problems in the past. But Tyreek Evans kind of went off 29 and 13. Man, that is an incredible game. But you know what? The Thunder were just able to overcome it. I'm not really sure how. So it was really interesting. Steven Adams says it was the extra kind of urgency. which I think is really good. And Carmelo Anthony led Oklahoma City with 21 points and 9 rebounds, which was good. I don't know if you heard some of his comments last Friday, I believe. I think it was after our show. He said, "Man, this is the toughest stretch of my career offensively." Toughest.
Really? Wow.
Bottom line. Now, I mean, I'm not sure if I want to completely believe that, but you know what? But it is one of. It's got to be one of the toughest stretches.
And he had the game-sealing block too at the end. A little defense for Carmelo.
Hey, you know what? Carmelo has surprised me with his defense.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's been consistent enough because I don't think his effort has been consistent. So here's the thing. I think all of his problems this year has been either fatigue or effort.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when he's in, he's in. When his head is in the game, he is in the game. And I've seen him play really good defense and pass the ball well. I think he might legitimately be getting tired. I'm not sure what to think about that, but I think he might be getting tired, which, knowing the kind of player he has been in the past, that doesn't necessarily surprise me.
Mm-hmm. Man, looking at this is a great stat line for Carmelo. 9 rebounds to go with 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 21 points. If you tell me Carmelo's going to do that, I'm like, oh yeah, the Thunder are winning.
That is a good stat line. I mean,
if he can live around that area with the rebound numbers being high, and we talked about this before. I really do think Russ's rebound numbers need to go down. We've talked about that already on the show, but I want to see Carmelo's numbers go up and Russ's go down. So.
Mr. Trip Dub though.
Yeah.
11 and 14.
Still right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had 3 offensive rebounds. Steven Adams, 6 offensive rebounds.
Steven Adams.
That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do.
The way this team is set up is perfect for Steven Adams. I mean, it's all spaced out for him to just go to work.
Man, do we want to talk about something else too? By the way, it's a win without Paul George against a good, not great team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 8-18. The Grizz are. I get it. They're not as good as they should be. I expect their numbers to come back up and for them to fight for the 7th or 8th spot. I think they're just too good to not do that. But this Grizzlies team also beat the Warriors earlier in the year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, the Grizzlies are a solid team. They're always like that scrappy team. That's kind of middle of the pack in the Western Conference, and so I mean it's a good win for sure. Without having Paul George and to face a good team, middle of the pack team, that you're looking at this, and this is one of those times where you're like, is this? We've had this moment several times. Like, is this team going to get it together? Maybe, but the only thing with that is Paul George didn't play, and for some reason. Usually, when 2 of the big 3 play, they play pretty well.
They do.
It's funny when you get them.
I think that shows you, though, it's a chemistry issue. Also, still,
I absolutely think so.
They don't quite know how to still play with each other, and you know what? That's kind of exciting when you think about it, because you're like, man, that means they're just a couple steps away. The team is really exciting. Now, I will say, though, without Paul George, they did lose to the Nets in Mexico City. So, I mean, if we're going to be fair, they did lose to the Nets in Oklahoma or in Mexico City. I think there's something to be said for that. Hey, Tupat came off the bench, gave 15 minutes, had 4 rebounds. He was 2 of 4 from 3, which was good. 2 of 5 total from the field. His plus minus wasn't great, but his other numbers were pretty good. I'll give him a pass on that deal.
Is it kind of scary though that before we got Carmelo, Tupat was going to be the starter? Like,
no, I don't think so. I think Tupat is struggling with his role. I think this is more about his role. If he were playing 20 minutes a game, if he were playing 25 to 30 minutes a game, actually he would be playing upwards of 30 minutes a game. But if he were playing 30-plus minutes a game, I think we would see a different Tupat. I think he is struggling in his role right now.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to run down the leaderboards of the Western Conference right now as far as standings, just so you guys can know out there.
Hit me.
We'll start from the bottom here. Top 10.
Started from the bottom now. Okay, sorry.
In the 10th spot, Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron's going there next year. All right. Number 9.
Actually, did you hear the recent reports? That
he got a house there?
No. That there's one of the execs, or maybe a lot of execs, believe that the Rockets have a serious chance to land LeBron.
Oh, I would hate that.
I would too. But it would be incredible if we still have the three guys we have now and they've gelled. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine that? That would be immediate rivalry. It was already kind of a rivalry because of Beverly. Go ahead, sorry. So number 10, Lakers.
Another report, I don't know if you knew this. LeBron James just purchased a $23 million house in Los Angeles. So
what?
This past week.
But that's just kind of what guys do.
I mean, he's kind of in the entertainment industry over there doing some movies. So I don't know if that's just it, but who knows? I'd like a LA house. If I had the money, I'd do it. So, all right, number 9, your own Oklahoma City.
Not right now. You wouldn't. God bless those people with the fires. By the way, our thoughts and prayers go out to you. We know that everyone's having a really tough time. I mean, we're talking about so many people being evacuated. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think it's getting, as far as evacuations, I think it's actually getting worse than some of the hurricanes, at least that hit the United States. Now, I can't say that definitively, but I think that's the case. I think it's getting there. It's getting really, really bad.
Have you seen any of the pictures or videos? I mean, it is insane.
Well, so one of the most insane things I saw was a NASA satellite image, and this was as of Friday, and it's gotten worse since then. But as of Friday, they were showing a NASA image of the area and where the fire front was and where it had already burned, and then land that had not been touched by the fire. And it was just crazy. I mean, it was just absolutely insane. You could see the smoke and the fire on the front, and then you could see all the just burnt land. I mean, we're talking so much land. I mean, unbelievable. I really, my heart really goes out to those people. I know that they're having a really tough time.
So right now, I just looked. It's considered the 5th largest fire in modern California history. But what was wild is I was just seeing some drives. Okay, here's kind of a picture that looks of people on their commute. It looks like a volcano.
That's not real.
It is. There's videos of it. It's insane. I mean, it straight up looks like a volcano.
Erupted. Yeah, it does.
Just on the side of this. It's crazy. So
that is crazy.
Anyway, if you want to look up a video of that, there's you probably just drive Los Angeles fire commute or something, but it is insane. It looks like a
and people are just going to work okay, it's another normal day.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that that's not what they're thinking, but that's what it just kind of feels like. It just feels very surreal.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely a lot of prayers going out that way. There's been, I can't even just imagine the wildlife that's been killed off and everything. It's just a sad deal.
It's going to affect the ecosystem pretty heavily, I would assume.
I would imagine. So, but anyway, So
he purchased a house out in LA, though.
Yeah, purchased a house, and I don't know. I still think he's gonna. I do think he's gonna go to the Lakers. I don't know why. Can we assume that he's out of Cleveland? I think for sure.
Yes. I don't think
things have just gone poorly there the last couple of years. So yeah, Lakers at 10, Thunder at 9, Utah Jazz at number 8.
Which right now the Thunder hold a win over Jazz's head.
Yeah. So the Thunder to get into the playoffs in the 8th spot, they're fine. They can do it.
I think so. Okay, keep going. I'm going to talk about where I feel like they can get to. Go ahead.
Okay, 7 Pelicans, got Boogie, got AD. Trailblazers at 6, the Denver Nuggets at 5, Timberwolves at 4, and then you kind of got the 3 big boys in the conference right now. I guess the top 4 is all pretty great teams. San Antonio Spurs at 3. The Warriors at 2, and the Rockets, who have been insane this year, killing it.
Much to my surprise.
At number 1, yeah.
All right, let's do this. I want to talk about that more. We desperately need to go to a break. I have terribly let time slip. I am so sorry, Crossover Radio and sponsors. Very, very sorry. We will do that. We'll have a short segment, then we'll make up on the back end. So we're going to go ahead and roll to a break real quick. We will be back after these short messages from our wonderful, lovely sponsors right here on Crossover Radio, Radio with a Purpose. Talking sports. Stay with us. 1:42.53 seconds.
City Life Community Church is the proud home of Crossover Radio. We are located at 6634 Northwest 36th Street, right here in the heart of Bethany. You can join us for worship at 11 a.m. each Sunday, and if you can't make it, you can hear us right here on Crossover Radio. You can also join us for worship and prayer each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. City Life exists to glorify God by making disciples and doing good in Jesus' name. We are here for Bethany and for the Northwest Oklahoma City communities. We're excited about the opportunity to serve you and your family.
Would your business, organization, or ministry like to connect with our listeners? Crossover Radio is seeking amazing like-minded partnerships to impact our community. Crossover Radio has cheap and affordable sponsorship packages available now. Call us at 405-494-0234 so we can help connect you with thousands of listeners every week right here on Crossover Radio. Again, that number is 405-494-0234. Call us today.
Tired of taking up a seat in church or just watching a production? Join us Sunday at West Metro Community Church in Yukon, a place where your life matters and you are more than a number.
We are located at 601 West Main Street in Yukon, and our worship service is at 10:45 on Sunday. For additional information on our student ministry, men's, women's, and mixed small group Bible studies throughout the week, find our information at www.westmetro.org.
Come be a part of a church where all are welcome.
Crossover Radio. Radio with a purpose.
All right, we are back here on 3rd&1 Live on your Monday morning AM drive. That's right. 3rd&1 on Crossover Radio, hashtag radio with a purpose. Man, if you have not joined us on our Facebook page, you need to join our Facebook page. You need to follow. It is just Crossover Space Radio. Check it out. Follow. We would really appreciate that. We also have a link right on the front page. Okay, it's the pinned post. All right, you need to check that out. It's for YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel. All you gotta do is just subscribe. We just really appreciate it. Even if you don't, regularly listen to the YouTube channel, we're just trying to get as many followers as we can on that. And you'll get any updates anytime we do any special videos. You may actually, I don't know. I guess there could be occasions where we have a video that doesn't go on air. I don't know. But definitely you want to check that out, and we would love for you to follow at the very least. Like I said, get us some follows. Then we can get our own custom link as well on YouTube. We would mucho appreciate that. Dustin?
Yes, sir.
We went over the list of the Western Conference standings, okay?
Yes.
Now what I told you is I think, so here's what I want to do. I want to tell everyone where I think this team could wind up being now in light of their rough start, okay? I think that the Thunder team, so they're right now currently number 9 at 12-13. Number 5, Nuggets, are 14-12. Yeah. So the difference between 5 and 9 is literally like 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 games. It's not much, or 1.5 if you want to call it that.
Yeah, if you even look the difference between 5 and 10, it's all right in there, especially at this point in the season. But 5 and 10 is only 4 games.
And if the Lakers get in, I don't think I could take it if LeVar Ball runs his mouth. By the way, did you see that the Lakers? Did we talk about this? The Lakers basically told him, created a new rule. People are dubbing it the LeVar Ball rule. I don't think the Lakers called it that. Maybe they did. But they said basically anyone, the media is not allowed to interview guests of the players anymore. Yeah, for their team.
I think if you're the Lakers, that's a smart move.
Yeah.
It's just you have to shut up. You have to be so tired of it at this point. And he's trying to get his other 2 sons. I know his big pitch is we're trying to get them to the Lakers as fast as we can. If I'm the Lakers, I'm probably like,
You're not going to have. So for one, the middle child. Did we talk about this too last week?
No.
So he got pulled. So his dad / his son pulled him out of UCLA because they were going to suspend him for 1 game for stealing in China.
Yeah, I think it's more than just that. I think that he probably wasn't going to play there his freshman year.
Yeah, because you know what? You know what the scouts were saying? He was a lower level or maybe mid, but I think he was a lower level D1 player. And Adrian Wojnarowski reported he is not going to be making it. Now, I think this is based on some kind of source, but that he will not be drafted.
Yeah, he's not on any draft boards right now. And so I don't know what the deal is. I know he pulled his other son, LaMelo, out of high school.
Stupid.
And they're going to go try to play somewhere. But with Lonzo, I really do think that LeVar had a pretty big impact on like Lonzo's rise. Like he just gave him fame, but now I agree. He's hurting his other two sons.
Yeah.
I will say that.
No, I agree. And if you're, man, if you're LiAngelo, do you not just go, man, Dad, stop. I want to play for a competitive team. I mean, maybe you go somewhere and you say, hey, I want to go somewhere where I can actually play, get some playing time. If the coach told you that, that's fine. But at least own up to that. Be like, man, look, I want to go play somewhere I can play.
Yeah, he's kind of just bashed UCLA in the. I mean, he's been like, I'm gonna get him more ready than UCLA ever could. So
I know, and I get really tired of it. And you know what it shows me? It shows a heart of pride, if we can phrase it that way. Which I know we've seen that happen as well, just in other interviews and stuff. But it kind of makes me sad for the boys, even for LeVar. I kind of almost pity them because of that state that they are in, especially the dad. I just wish we would see a little humility to where he would say, you know what, we were wrong about this. Or, hey, you know what, my son deserves to be suspended for a game. Hey, you know what, my son isn't as good as Lonzo. My other son isn't as good as Lonzo. Like, it's just fact. Not everyone who wants to make it to the NBA makes it to the NBA. Mm-hmm. You got to have a special set of skills.
Yeah, if you had 3 sons make it to the NBA, that'd be wild. And that's what he's trying to do. I don't think it's going to work out. But we'll see up to this point. Hey, if you guys are listening in on YouTube, or if you're listening in on the app, if you listen on the app, you can always text us. Or if you're listening on YouTube and you want to text us, we'll see that here, 405-494-0234. Or if you want to comment on that YouTube, join the conversation. Let's chat. But there's a lot of things going on in the NBA, right? I mean, LeVar, that storyline in general is just wild. So, I don't think that's a wise decision for him to pull especially the son out of hí school. Like, I don't even want to get into it, but
yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man. I am totally with you. So here's the thing with Thunder. I feel like the Thunder, realistically, could easily rise, both with the talent that they have and with everyone else. I think that they could easily get to number 5. Easily. And I think they could even take number 4 from Minnesota. I don't think they're catching the Spurs.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And they're about to get Kawhi Leonard back, by the way. They may have got him back this weekend.
Yeah, they're sitting 3 right now without Kawhi. That's Pop, year after year, man.
You want to talk about a guy who can coach. I mean, I don't want to hate on Donovan. Donovan obviously is a very accomplished coach. I think he is a good coach. But Pop is a great coach.
Oh yeah, he's just head and shoulders above.
And I think even Donovan would say that about Pop too. Like, you're talking about a guy who is he's just different. He's different than most other coaches out there. I think personally, as far as coaching ability, not player management, but coaching ability, Pop is a better coach than Phil Jackson. I know he doesn't have as many rings, but you know what Phil Jackson did? Phil Jackson stepped into good situations. It shows he's a smart guy. I'm not dissing him for that. He was able to do it. That's great. And he was able to really make his name with the Bulls, with Michael Jordan and all that. And I get he had to have a role in that. But he was very influential on the personalities and managed people well and helped grow individuals, I think, pretty well. And I think that was a strength of Phil Jackson, and that made him a good coach too. But I still feel like Greg Popovich is the better coach, overall coach. Now, I'm not sure if he could manage some of the personalities that Phil Jackson has had to manage. I'm not sure if it would have worked, because Pop has just a certain way about him and a certain attitude and personality that a lot of players do not like.
Yeah, but it seems like he doesn't typically ask the the management to go after those type of players. He's like, I've got my coaching style. If someone comes in here, they're going, and I think that's how you have to be as a coach.
Yeah.
You have to be the one that if someone's going to come in here, they have to buy into our system.
Yes.
They have to play the way that we play, or else it's pointless for them to come in here.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what makes him such a great coach. Is he has a system, he has his philosophies, and I mean the people that they bring in, they either buy in that system or they fail in that system. And so,
how many people do they get in there who you're like, who?
Yeah, I mean every year, every single year,
and they shoot the 3 ball so well, and that's again, that's to his credit. That's what he focuses on. But what's weird is they're never in the upper tier of teams who shoot so many threes. It's not like the Rockets. By the way, if you would do me a favor, can you look up how many threes per game the Rockets launch?
Okay.
I think you will be staggered by the amount of threes. Because right now they are setting a record pace. I mean, an all-time record pace. It's incredible.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm very excited for you to read this off.
Oh, I need like team statistics.
Yeah. If you scroll up, I think it might be there. Oh no, scroll up a little bit higher. Is there like team stats? No.
Team leaders. Maybe not.
That's sad. You'll get to it. Whenever you do.
Keep going.
Whenever you do, let me know, because it is an incredible number. Incredible number. But I feel like, though, with Greg Popovich, I mean, he's a great coach.
For the total, I think they're shooting a total of 43.2.
Oh, wait, 43.2 what? Threes?
Threes per game.
Per game? That is an incredible number. They're jacking up 43.2.
Yeah, that's right? The totals are all,
No, you're right. The last number I heard was 44. I mean, we're talking about, this is an astronomical number. Now, they're hitting about 37%. So here's what I know D'Antonio is thinking. And it's not a terrible philosophy. I just don't love it. D'Antonio is saying, look, we are going to throw up so many threes. We're going to get a lot of good three-point shooters, and we know that we're going to probably hit X amount. Now, here's the thing for D'Antoni. When you want to play the three-point game, you either have to shoot around 30 or you have to shoot as many as he's shooting. Because if you try to go somewhere, you can't play the middle, because when you have an off night and you only shoot like 35 threes, it's not worth it. And that's what he's predicating all this on, is we're going to hit 37% if we shoot 40 some odd threes, and then we will get enough points to make up for the difference of not hitting twos.
Yeah. And just comparatively, for the two teams below them, the Warriors right now are attempting 31 threes a game. The San Antonio Spurs are attempting 24 a game.
Incredible.
To 43.
How many are the Thunder? Because they've been jacking it up pretty
yeah,
high
they have been, I feel like. Definitely more than in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And they are 29.
29.
So they're a little bit below the Warriors.
Yeah.
Above the Spurs. But still, I mean, the difference from 29 to 43
is incredible.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to their first meeting. I am so looking. I think it's within like the next week or two.
I think it's coming up.
And I am so thrilled about that, because I can't stand the Rockets. Now I say that I wouldn't mind having Harden back on the team if that ever like became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's
25th.
Right? Oh, that's right. It's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Amazing. At 8:00. Amazing. This is gonna be so good.
I will be watching that.
And then Utah, they play at Utah the 23rd. Oh man, it's gonna be so.
Hopefully they give us a little Christmas present this year. You know?
I hope so. Man, that would be an incredible win. If they beat them, that means they will have beaten the top two teams in the conference
and lost a whole bunch of bad teams.
And I think that just shows it's been an inspiration thing. It's been the guys clicking. I think it's just a whole deal. Let's do this. We're gonna go ahead and roll to a quick break to make up for our last segments, which it's not really making up because I'm just on time, but that's okay. I'm long-winded. Jeremy, you know how I am. You still love us. You know you do. Don't be mad. All right, we'll be right back after these short messages. 1:44.81 seconds.
Hey, newly engaged couples, are you tired of the same ho-hum, boring wedding reception every weekend? Don't you want yours to be the party everyone's talking about 3 months later? Then give us a call today at BTP Productions. We offer online planning forms, the best OKC DJs, lighting and sound packages, ceremony packages, and anytime consultations. We put you in total control of your party so you get your reception your way. Call us today at 405-609-9980. That's 405-609-9980. Or find us on Facebook. That's BTP Productions. The right music, the right DJ equals BTP Productions. Call today.
Crossover Radio is the best station I have ever listened to, even over other Christian stations. They are such a blessing. God uses this radio station that God started through the DJs and everyone on there to bless us and to show us Him.
Do you love coffee? Does your church, office, or business need coffee? What about getting amazing quality coffee at home from a business that serves our community and the world? Grounds for Compassion can meet your needs. The amazing staff at Grounds for Compassion would love to connect with you. There are 14 varieties, so you can't go wrong. Check out Grounds for Compassion on Facebook, Instagram, or at g4c.coffee, where you can place your order. Grounds for Compassion, coffee with conviction.
Crossover Radio. Radio with a purpose.
All right, welcome back to 3rd&1 Live. If you're joining us in on YouTube or if you're listening through the app, good morning to you. We hope you're having a fantastic start to your workday, drive to work. If you're just hanging out at home, hey, heck yeah, that's awesome. We've talked a little bit of NBA, talked some Thunder, Western Conference standings. We've even hit some LeVar Ball. We hit some Star Wars this morning.
LeVar Ball? No?
Okay, go ahead, sorry. No. But yeah, we've been all over the board. So that's been good. It's been fun. We're going to transition here to a little bit of football talk coming up. Got some NFL news and just score recaps from this past week. We'll also be going into Baker Mayfield and his Heisman presentation ceremony and just kind of the season that has been crazy for Baker Mayfield. So yeah, Evan.
Man, it was an interesting week in the NFL. Let's go ahead and start with the Saints and Falcons. Big game. Okay, that was a big game on Thursday night. We didn't really talk about it on Friday. That was a big game with playoff implications. Although the Saints still hold a 1-game lead over the Falcons in that division. If not 2 games.
Man, the Falcons they've just struggled this year.
They have. I'm surprised.
From going from the Super Bowl, and the talent they have on that team is crazy.
It is, especially on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
But the Saints have been playing out of their minds.
They have. They started the year off pretty rough, but they have really been coming on. Drew Brees has been lining it up too. And
And then you got the 49ers with Garoppolo with his first start at the helm against the Texans. They won 26-16.
Golden boy.
I did not see this play, but apparently there was a play where Tom Savage's head got bounced off the turf, and then he was like shaking or something.
Yes, it looked like he may have had a seizure. It was,
and then wound up going back in the game.
Yeah, the league's gonna come down on that for sure, because I don't know if he went through concussion protocol or what. Did you ever see whenever Russell Wilson got hit really hard and they had the training? This has probably been 5 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
But he went into the little pop-up tent, the medical tents that they have on the sideline.
Yeah.
Peeked his head in and stepped right back out and came. And so that was the concussion. But the league came down on the Seahawks. I'm kind of thinking that may happen here with the 49ers because it looked not good.
What? So here's the thing. Okay, they put in T.J. Yates. Okay, as Tom Savage's replacement in the game. Now, Yates, while not the best quarterback in the NFL, granted, has been successful for them in the past. Savage has not. Why would you even put Savage back in? Just let Yates finish the game.
I mean, aren't they kind of the same quarterback? Like, as far as when you think of T.J. Yates and Tom Savage, I feel
T.J. Yates has won playoff games.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the bottom line. T.J. Yates has actually done something. Just leave him in the game. Savage is already hurt. So Bill O'Brien was getting criticized after he goes, look, I just coach. And I think what he was meaning by that, and I give him a pass, but I mean, he should have worded it better. But I think what he's meaning by that, maybe he said this in a more expanded quote, but is that, look, the medical staff cleared him. I just coach. So I put him back out there because the medical staff said, okay. Now, maybe Tom Savage never went in. I don't know.
No, I think he has a point. He really does.
He's like, look, you cannot blame me for this. I did what I told was allowed to do. And you know what? I coached the game. And I think that Tom Savage should have gone in. So, to his credit, he did what he thought would give his team the best chance to win. Because I don't think there's any other motivation for Bill O'Brien than to try to win. Now, I do think that he was listening to whatever the medical staff said and cleared. So, if anyone gets hit with this, it should be the medical staff / the organization, not Bill O'Brien. Oh, that did look nasty. Oh, man. That was bad. Can you rerun that one more time? Because I didn't see the initial hit. Oh, they didn't show the initial hit. Man. But, man, it was crazy. But, hey, Garoppolo, I think the 49ers are seeing what they got. And it's really exciting. And for no one else more than me, because I got Garoppolo on my team. And I got Deshaun Watson as an IR guy, sitting in the wings, waiting to come back. So I'm pretty excited about my quarterback situation on fantasy football. But man, Garoppolo, 328 yards, I believe, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Last week he came in near the end of the game, I guess, and he had 18 yards and 1 touchdown. Garoppolo is showing the 49ers that he was worth their second-round pick. If you're telling me right now that you're seeing what Garoppolo is doing and what he has shown flashes of at the New England Patriots, and you said you could get him for a second-round pick, and you have an NFL franchise, you're telling me you're not trading a second-round pick for Garoppolo if you need a quarterback? I mean, that is incredible, right?
Yeah.
Second-round pick? I mean,
if he ends up being their franchise QB, then worth it. But yeah, as far as going back to Tom Savage, man, I understand O'Brien saying, if a medical staff tells me he can go back in, then I feel like I'm doing my job. If I get told that one of my starting quarterbacks is healthy to go into the game, I'm going to put him in the game. That's my job. So I understand that.
I agree.
But the medical staff, I don't know how you could see what I just saw and think that a guy's okay to go back in. I don't know. Like,
I think that's what a lot of the league gets concerned by, because these doctors are hired by the organization. There's a conflict of interest there. And it would not surprise me if at some point the NFL says, you know what, no more team doctors. Now, we may still go get a guy that the team says, hey, we want this guy to be our doctor. I think there's something to be said for that, because these guys know these players. The players trust these doctors. I get it. Because I used to listen to a show whenever I was down in DFW. Oh, man, that was a nasty hit. It was a clean hit, but that was a nasty hit. But I think what happens is, what I was saying is there was a show where the doctor would actually, for the Cowboys, would do just a weekly Saturday morning show, and people could call in and say, hey, what do you recommend for blah, 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 blah. Most of the time you tell him you need to go see a doctor. But, he would try to give some advice and helpful tips and pointers and things like that. He's a really cool guy. But my whole point in saying that is I think these players trust these doctors. They get to know them and all that. And I think there's something to be said for that. But I think they should be hired by the NFL. Because I think still they are hired by the teams themselves, and there's a big conflict of interest. Because the same team that's paying you money is saying, we need this player on the field. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to accuse doctors of doing that. I know a lot of doctors would probably go up in arms, and I'm not saying that they would do that. I'm just saying it makes the pressure more intense and difficult for those doctors, and I think it would be less tense if the doctors were paid by the NFL, because then the NFL could say, we're the ones paying your salary, for you contributing your services to this team. Mm-hmm. And then the doctors could just look at the owners and go, you don't pay my bills. Sorry, this guy's not going out. It gives them just a better answer to those owners who might want to push the lines a little bit.
Okay, so here's where it gets sketchy.
Okay. Go ahead.
So Savage was checked out in the medical tent for less than 3 minutes.
Whoa.
Then returned to the game for one series, threw 2 incomplete passes. Then he went to the locker room after that. So that's where I think you may see some issues coming down from the league, because that's what I'm saying. Like if and I don't know, they probably couldn't see what we saw from the camera angle of a guy, but if a guy appears to have a seizure, a 3-minute in the medical tent on the sideline, that's not going to – that guy needs to go immediately to the locker room.
So,
he needs to be checked out.
Did you read the next paragraph? After taking the hit, Savage spent time talking to the team's medical staff. Before the Texans' next offensive series, a team official held on to Savage's jersey and arm as he tried to go onto the field. Savage could be seen arguing with the team official before he was escorted to the locker room by the team's trainer. All right, there might be more on Bill O'Brien here for being like, hey, did you get cleared? And Tom Savage going, yeah, I got cleared. But if you see the team official hanging on to him, surely the team official was going to Bill O'Brien and saying he hasn't been cleared. He needs to be checked out. Surely something else was said. I'm really interested to see what happens out of the rest of this, because I don't feel like we have all the facts yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so O'Brien said that he leaves the medical decisions in the hands of the team trainer and doctor. And in Tom Savage's case, the pair wasn't satisfied with the outcome of their second round of testing, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Is you for a guy that gets hit like that and appears to be shaking?
Yes.
I'm not a medical expert by any means, but I feel like you can't just throw him out there for the next series, even if tests come back positive, because that's something that could affect someone's mind later down the road.
Yes.
And so to throw him back in and then have him come back out and test again, and then not be happy with the second round of testing, and then saying, okay, now you need to go to the locker. No, I think if that happens, a man needs to immediately go to the locker room.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm with you. That will probably become the protocol going forward. It would not surprise me if the NFL goes, no more medical tents. You go to the locker room. You get checked out, and then you can come out if you get cleared.
Yeah, I understand even the big hit. Like a big hit, go to the medical tent. But, I mean, for a guy that appears to be having a seizure.
No, I agree.
And the ref is right. Like, the ref watched it happen.
Yes.
I mean, the ref saw him shake. So there's an official on the field that saw that happen. That official needs to notify the team staff, hey, this guy appeared to have a seizure. That's okay. You're going to the locker room. Like,
yes.
I mean.
No, I agree. I'm with you 100%. I think that definitely should happen. But man, that was an interesting. That game was interesting itself. Let's hit some of these other ones before we hit the Snow Bowl, if you will. Green Bay Packers come back from 14 points down. Okay, it was 21-7 at one point against the Browns at the Browns. They come back, they tie it up before the half, and then they score in overtime after holding the Browns on defense for the first series by the Browns. They score a touchdown. Green Bay Packers win it. They are in the playoff hunt. They still need a little help to get there, but if they win out, they have a really good shot to make it. But anyways, all that being said, the Packers get Rodgers back next week. They said he was going to be cleared most likely for this next week, and if they are in the playoff hunt, he will probably play. They are definitely in the playoff hunt. He will probably play. And it's going to be a fun end to the – okay, for as many things as I said last week about how boring the NFL has been, it is getting exciting now.
Oh, as soon as Aaron Rodgers comes back for you, then it gets exciting. Huh?
It is, but it's true, though. It is more exciting. The 49ers with Garoppolo, that's exciting. The Vikings, who are 10-3, and the Eagles, who are 11-2, playing out of their minds right now.
But Carson Wentz may have tore his ACL.
Yeah, that's going to stink.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's been having an MVP-type season.
I will feel bad for that team and him in particular. But the Steelers had a really good game.
Yeah.
The whole Shazier thing is interesting to me. I really hope that he gets better.
Man, I hope that dude can walk again.
But yeah, so here are some couple interesting things before we get to the Snow Bowl. Jags, Saxonville, as they've been calling themselves, and others as well. They beat the Seahawks 30-24. The Jets got blanked out by the Broncos, of all people, 23-0. The Chargers showing life against the Redskins, 30-13. The Titans only score 7 points against the Cardinals. 12-7 is how they lost. That's just a weird game. The Bears and Lions win. They're still in it. Vikings lose to the Panthers in the last few minutes. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers come back from, I believe it was, what was it, like 14 or 20 points down? Anyways, it was a crazy number. But they come back and win that game against the Ravens. And then tonight we got Patriots and Dolphins. Oh, and there was a Snow Bowl yesterday.
There's a couple of Snow Bowls really this weekend because, one, we had, and if we go to NCAA, Army and Navy.
Oh, yes. I forgot
Fantastic
about
game. It's such a good game.
Yeah, and I watched part of that. I didn't watch the whole game, but I did watch part of it. But, man, that was pretty cool. But, man, that Buffalo Bills game.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the pictures, you need to go look at it.
The Bills and Colts was ridiculous. Army-Navy wasn't terrible, but Bills and Colts, I mean, watching Adam Vinatieri try to kick a field goal in, like, dumping down snow was, I mean, I was like giddy inside. I was like, he's going to try to kick a field goal
which he's done before.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, he's like the king.
Yeah.
Like
do you remember the Patriots Steelers matchup where they were playing against the Steelers whenever he was playing for them? Mm-hmm. And he kicked that field goal in deep snow. Oh, my goodness.
Well, it's funny because they called timeout and they're like digging the snow out to try to get him like a place to kick.
Yes.
And, oh no, I'm thinking of that was Army Navy. I don't think that happened in the. I don't think they dug it out.
No. He didn't even get the chance to kick. That's right, because they lost 7-13. But look at this. It was insane. Oh, the Blizzard Bowl. That's what I've been calling.
Vinatieri kicked. He kicked. He just missed.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But man, it was insane. There was one time I flipped over to it. And it was like, this is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. They had to shut it down for a while, and then I guess they decided, look, it's not gonna let up very much. So let's just go ahead and finish this game.
Yeah.
Incredible game. Yeah, the Army Navy game. Army winds up winning it. Navy was kind of dominating defensively for most of the game.
Yes, absolutely.
But Army wound up winning that one in the end, 14-13. Really, really cool deal. I'm happy to see Army win. Navy has kind of dominated that for a while now.
It was the first time that Army gets like the Armed Forces trophy, and for like first time since like 1963 or something like that. So, which is that trophy is awarded to out of Navy, Army, and Air Force. Whoever has, I believe, the best record gets that trophy. So they beat Navy last year.
Oh, that's right.
But I think the trophy still went to Air Force. So kind of big for Army. So that's awesome.
Hey, Army is 9-3. It will be cool to see them. Do we know what bowl they're going to? Because surely they're going to a bowl. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would think so.
But man, I am super excited to see what happens with that. It'll be a lot of fun. Just a couple of the wrap up things. Let's see here. Baker wins Heisman.
Yes.
Baker takes all the trophies and the Heisman.
6 win for 6, right? 6th Heisman by OU.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Man, that's incredible too. And if you think about it, OU, if you're a college guy, or if you're a high school player, and you want to try to win the Heisman, and you're a quarterback, and you're a big time quarterback, OU has to be near the top of your list, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with Lincoln Riley's offense right now,
it's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, we've had 3 quarterback Heisman Trophy winners since 2004. 2004, 2008, 2017. We almost had all even numbers there, which would have been cool. But
yeah,
it's just because I'm OCD.
Yeah, his season has been pretty incredible. I mean, as far as you're looking at the efficiency numbers for Baker Mayfield, QBR highest ever in college football history, beating his own record from last year, which was the highest ever in college football history, which you're looking at guys like Russell Wilson that he was with, like Case Keenum, I believe, had a pretty high one. But, yeah, I mean, it's that offense and Baker Mayfield and Lincoln Riley, the pairing of those two has been incredible. His run, 3 Big 12 titles, now 2 college football playoff appearances. Top 4 Heisman finisher every single year with the Heisman win this year. I mean, the guy has been one of the best to ever put on a Sooners uniform, and so to see that
one of the best to play college football.
Yeah, it really has been. If he wins this year,
as a Sooners fan, although I am saying that as a Sooners fan, it's not completely as a Sooners fan. It's just he really is. And for anyone who wants to argue otherwise, I'm not saying he's the best guy I've ever seen,
or even the best athlete as far as one of the best careers.
Yeah. We're just talking about pure football player, and I know that some coaches will even talk about that. He is a football player. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about himself as much. I know he does, but as far as getting the team to win, he will put his body on the line. He will do what it takes to go win the game. And that's what you want, is you want a football player. Not just an athlete, you want a football player. And that dude is a football player. And anyone who wants to say that he was not one of the best college football players all time, I'm not talking about top 5. I'm just talking about he's in the upper echelon, somewhere in the top 50, maybe even top 75, okay? I know there's been a lot of history.
Oh, if he wins it this year, he has an argument for number 1 all time.
Okay. See, I can't go with you there.
As far as a career, if we're talking about a guy who
maybe.
Who else has finished top 4 Heisman every year he's played? 3 conference championships.
There were a list of some guys.
There's only one other person.
I thought it was more than just one. I do remember Earl Campbell. I thought there was one more, though.
I think there's only one. Well, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I just don't think I can go there like top guy all time. If he were to win, I get what you're saying. I just don't think I can go there.
Here's why you can't.
Okay.
Because you look at him and you're like, as far as athletically, he's not the top athlete. And that is absolutely true. But if you look at career and his numbers and statistics, I mean, like year after year for 3 years. If you're looking at a 3-year span, I know there's going to be some 4-year guys that have higher numbers than he does. But if you're looking at a 3-year span, I don't know if there's probably been anyone, even especially at the quarterback position, that's had 3 conference championships, 3 top 4 finishes in the Heisman, 2 college football playoff runs. Which, I mean, if you're looking at, the only guy I'm thinking of is Tebow that I could really compare.
Tebow, as far as football player, gosh.
Well, even just
college
career. That's what I'm talking. Like their career, what they did in their career.
Like Tebow has to be in top 5, right? If we're going on, if we're saying this about Baker Mayfield, Tebow has to be easy top 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe top 3, top 4.
And now you need to hear. If you're listening, you need to hear me out on this. Okay. I am not saying like the best athlete.
No, I know.
The best player. I'm talking about the best career in college football.
And Tebow's career was stellar.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to have this conversation with Jeremy too. I'd be interested to see what a non-OU person.
And I think Tebow's career right now is ahead of Baker's. I'm not saying. I mean, he had the national championship. So
2.
Did he win 2? He wasn't the starter the first year that he had one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, here, hold on. I'm pulling it up. We need to have this discussion though with someone who's not an OU fan, because maybe they'll side.
Yes.
Maybe they'll say, yeah, agreed. But I don't know. Okay, so here we go. College career. 2006 season. Let's see here. SEC debut, put a Rolling Gators victory in the 2007 national championship game. That was 06. Okay. In 07, let's see here. He was the starter then. Let's see here. And he won the Heisman. I can't remember. I can't see. It doesn't say anything about him winning it that year. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he was awarded that. Man, I wish it would just show. Well, that's annoying. Hold on a second. NCAA championship winners. Football. Because I'm very intrigued by this conversation. All right, here we go. All right. So, Florida won it in 06 and 08 only. Never mind. I thought he did, but he did not. You were correct. I was wrong. I can admit that.
They won in the 2007 national championship game, right?
Yeah, but it was the 06 season. Sorry, 06 season.
And he didn't start that year, but he threw a touchdown and rushed for another, right?
Yeah, and then in 08, so LSU won in 07, and then in 08 he won against OU.
Yes.
So never mind. It is up for debate. It is up for debate.
But still has two. I mean, he has 2 national championships. He just wasn't.
Yeah.
The guy, the first one.
Yeah.
But
which I would say the exact same thing about Baker if Baker had been in the same situation. So for all of you non-OU fans, you're like, oh,
yeah. And I'm still saying, for me, Tebow right now is something career-wise, he's the top guy. Like I think that I'm trying to think of someone else that's done what he's done.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are people that I'm just not thinking of. So if you're listening, comment in, text in, tell us, let us know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. So all right. So here's where it comes down to for me. Baker. Man. He if he wins the championship, which is a huge if. By the way, okay, I will give you this. If he wins a championship this year, they're still considered underdogs, even though they're the number 2 seed.
Yeah, ESPN has them as the 4th team, as percentage to win.
Okay, ESPN. I'm sorry. Like, there's a certain point at which you go, okay, even the odds makers in Vegas are putting them as one of the favorites. Like, just stop. Anyways, but I mean, still they're considered underdog in the eyes of a lot of people. Okay. If they win, that means they have to beat Georgia, the winner of the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
That means they have to beat either Clemson or Alabama, which both would be a great win against either one of those teams.
For sure.
If you do that, you pretty much cement, like, hey, I deserve to be considered. Given how the OU's defense has not been great.
Yeah,
so
I
Baker
agree.
has to be great. Has to play really well.
Yeah, and you're gonna see really how great he is. I mean, going up against these defenses, because
whether he is or isn't, we'll see. And I think we'll see a really good showing by him. I hope.
I do too. I mean, the story alone is incredible. Like you could make a movie out of it someday. Honestly, I mean, walking on at Texas Tech, getting injured, and then having your spot taken, and feeling like you're not, trusted or a part of the group anymore, and then leaving, going to your dream school when you were a child of Oklahoma after Trevor Knight, wins the Super Bowl or the Sugar Bowl, wins the Sugar Bowl against Alabama, and looks to be the guy for the next 3 years, and you sit out a year and then win the starting job, and then it's insane.
It is insane. I'm with you on that. Let me throw some other numbers past you, okay? About Tebow. Tebow in his career had 57 rushing touchdowns.
Wow.
57, which broke Herschel Walker's record. Back whenever Tebow was playing. Okay, 57. He had 88 passing touchdowns, which isn't great, but it's good. He did not have a ton of passing yards comparatively, but he had a lot of rushing yards. I mean, that was kind of his thing. He was a half pass, half rush. I mean, he was literally the dual threat quarterback. So oh man. We got to have this conversation with Jeremy because I think that it'd be really interesting to see where he lands on it. Either side, I'll be interested to see where he lands. So we'll have to get him in. Jeremy, if you're listening right now, we would like for you to come in perhaps on Friday if you're able.
How many total touchdowns did Tebow have?
Total, he had 145.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. I think Baker, I don't know if this is just passing right now, but Baker has 129.
Oh yeah, that just shows passing at the top.
Yeah.
So and he definitely
has some
has
rushing.
Oh, there we go, rushing and receiving. He has 21 touchdowns.
Okay,
rushing.
so he's right there.
130 what?
Well, no, it's 129 plus 21.
Be 140. Oh, no, sorry, 150.
150. Yeah.
So he has well surpassed Tebow on that front. Well surpassed, because Tebow's at 145.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I think it's a very interesting conversation, though. I think it'd be very, very interesting to see what happens with the rest of the rest of the season whenever we get into the bowls and the playoffs. All right, man. Well, hey, it has been a ton of fun talking with all you guys, and definitely talking with you, Dustin. I really appreciate everyone listening in this morning, and appreciate all of our sponsors here at Crossover Radio. That's what makes all of this possible and all of this worthwhile, is being able to definitely talk with everyone, and ultimately to share the gospel with everyone, whether it's through sports, whether it's through politics, which happens on Sunday nights, whether it's through any show that goes on throughout the week, the Lunch Rush with Coleman, the Story with Nick, and so many other shows that we have going on here. And if you have not listened to any of those shows, you need to check them out as well. But man, we just want to give all the glory and praise to God for everything that happens, and for everything that He has made possible by allowing us to be ministers to all of you just through the station. So, man, we just pray that all of you would definitely seek God, and that you would have a great day and a great week this week, and that God would bless you, and He would keep you, make His face to shine upon you, and give you peace. Man, Dustin, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it has. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.
All right, see you guys later. We are out.